So I may have done something kind of dumb, and I made the whole video breakdown, and I didn't realize that the guys who made the film, Sticks Films, they had already made a behind the scenes video on their YouTube channel. And I think I may have missed that. Enjoy the video. Okay, so Ryan Trahan, who's a pretty big YouTuber, he's just launched a new sweet product, or candy, if you're in the US. We don't really call it candy in the UK, like, ever. And for the launch video for this product, he released a cinematic short film.
Penny, my last one.
Maybe that'll wake him up.
Yo, Ryan, wake up, baby.
Which is great because we don't see a lot of that on YouTube, and it's, you know, something different. And so today I'm gonna be breaking down the full video. Let's jump in.
Doubt anyone's even gonna watch this video.
Slow start, casual vibe.
This is me signing off for good.
We love a casual vibe. It's like you're walking, talking on your phone. And what an epic scene, like look at this scene. See, this is our classic Ryan Trahan look, you know? It's the blue sky, it's the green grass, in this case, the sandy desert. This is classic Ryan, this is what we're here for, baby.
Wait, what?
Gorgeous mountainside. We've entered cinematic mode. And this is a new thing for Ryan's channel, so like what the is going on? This is a clear separation. We're throwing away the phone and we're entering something new here. The light on the eyes, that looks good. Nice shot, guys. Okay, you see these like streaks of light through the window. Some people might not know this, but to get that, you actually need to have some sort of like fog or smoke machine. And the reason for that is that the light needs something to bounce off. It needs the particles for bouncing. It's not working. Okay, it's because I haven't, it's not isolated enough, all right? Okay, so Ryan's in this tiny house looking for something, but we don't know what he's so desperately looking for. Remember, he started the video by saying,
This is me signing off for good.
With the bright blue sky, but something noticeably different about his lips. Look at his lips. Sugar. Lucky it's around his lips, not his... You know, there's energy now. There's hope. Where we started with calm, we now have energy. Boom. And how do we get that? Yes, a pickup in the music, but also quicker cuts and no repetitive shots. All of these shots in this sequence are new shots. Fresh shots. Each one is new. I think this must have been like an Airbnb or something, because this is not like a fully made set. You can tell a little bit from the Ring doorbell and the like, what's it called? Floor? Floor. The wooden outdoor bit, you know? What's it called? Decking, bro. It's called decking. One thing I don't get is what that door sound was. Maybe, I think he left the door open. When I first watched that, I was like, oh, someone's in the house, you know? With that jar shot, you have to like smash a hole in the bottom of the jar. Most people would opt for putting a camera inside of the jar, like a smaller GoPro or something like that. But I quite like that these filmmakers wanted to keep the cinema quality camera. Whoa, that's my favorite hot sauce. The one with the cap on it. Cholula. I keep one in the studio just in case. I used to have the Incona sauce, but that gave me this really bad side pain in my left side. And I thought it was a stomach issue, like a really bad one. But this went on for years, but it wasn't. It was just the sauce. So yeah, Cholula. Also, one day I want to launch my own hot sauce. There we go, we have anticipation now, don't we? You hear that, the strings? This film really is a film that's made up of calm, anticipation, and energy. It's almost in cycles.
Ryan Trahan, last man on earth.
This shot of the newspaper looks like strangely CGI'd, but it's not because we see it in the shot earlier. I don't know why it does. Something about it. I also don't know why I shot this shot like this. This is weird.
Who wrote this?
Also published by Published Press, which is cool. One day they'll talk about me in Published Press. It'll come, Sam, it'll come. I'll tell you what else is cool and good. Creating authentic and unique content that only you can create. Check out my new website, Fired Up. Anyway, back to the video. This reminds me of the, you know, the Harry Potter, the guy in Harry Potter. See, what mode are we in right now, guys? Anticipation. The framing of that shot is kind of like, it's like Wes Anderson style. The soundtrack is good. Epidemic sound, maybe. It's the stems for me, it's the stems. I'm a big lover of the stems. I always want to take out stuff, you know? A lot of the music licensing sites, it's like kind of too much stuff. It's always the big choruses and all these sounds and everything, and I'm always like wanting to strip it back. If you want to hold someone's attention span over a long period of time, you kind of got to strip it back and, like, you know, let them feel it. Build that anticipation quietly, come up to the energy, then have a moment of calm. You can control that better when you have stems. So I like stems. Okay, so Ryan opens the door and he sees this envelope on the ground in between his feet.
There's one more.
Coordinates. A horse, wow. Okay, so this has got to definitely be a real horse. I don't know Ryan that well, I don't watch a lot of his videos, but the chances that he's like a horse rider, I know he used to run. This is probably a stunt double. In fact, you can kind of tell from his build, he looks a bit taller. Stunt double, confirmed. But then we've got this shot of Ryan here. Fuck. I mean, it's impressive. I've ridden a horse before and it's like sketchy. I think this is probably real. It is real. Ryan did ride the horse. But I also just want to say like how impressive it is, to be honest, to be filming a horse like that in those kind of temperatures. It must be really hot, and like you gotta have like a whole vehicle. I don't know whether it would be, you could shoot it on a quad bike or like out the back of a van or something, or out of a window. Or if you're really professional, you've got like a whole steady rig on the front kind of thing. I don't actually have one of those. And then on top of that, you're filming with animals and potentially a rider who has never ridden a horse before.
I feel like I lost control of him pretty much.
It's brave, but you know, we got to get the shot, even if it risks head injuries, in a safe manner.
Ooh.
Okay, so with this shot, I do respect the wide angle to wide angle like transition. It's just like a flat, straight, there is no transition, it's just cut. But typically with those sort of things, as we just saw with the horse earlier on, we want to see like a fast motion past camera, you know, into energy. But I quite like how this is just like wide to a wide. I think it looks cool. During the night, he's cold, he's sat trying to warm up, and then daylight comes, woof, he's gone, like a light switch. Oh, for I can't help but love the fact that he's in a suit in the middle of the desert. I feel like I need to try and make myself a little bit more, yes, like that. I don't have quite the same physique as Ryan, do I? Also, where did he get his quad bike from? It's almost like this is his imagination in some way. Let's put a pin in that one for now. Okay, so we've arrived at the coordinates and this is the last remaining suite. And the fact that Brian's got his tank top back on, which by the way looks way scraggier than this. I need to make this dirtier. Bro, do some.
One penny.
Did you also notice that the suite is floating, which is like another little hint that maybe this is in Ryan's imagination?
It's my last one.
Shit, bro. Do you bite your nails as well? I bite mine, and I feel like people are constantly telling me not to, but see, it's like rounded at the top. I can't help it. I can't help it.
One.
I just want to say, sounds like I'm a bit emotional, that doesn't it? Ryan's acting is really, really good. Throughout this whole thing, he's made it look very effortless, and acting is actually a very difficult thing. Like, I know it can look quite easy, but when you're actually there and you're doing it and you're having to be another thing, another character, and you've got all these lights and cameras and people around you and pressure, it's difficult. He's done it in a way where it hasn't like come off cringe at all. I struggle with that one, you know, dodging the cringe monster. That was cringy in itself, wasn't it? You know, this bit here just shows you just how powerful sound effects are. You know, if you put any other sound effects over this image, you know, your brain will go, oh, it's that. So, aliens, spaceship. I can't think of anything else. And so we've had our moment of calm. And now we're back, energy. Okay, so this is one of those classic stationary shots. You can tell because there's like no moving light. If Ryan was moving here, the light would kind of be moving across his face and stuff. So to achieve this, Ryan gets on the quad bike and someone rocks the quad bike and then someone's there with a hairdryer blowing it in his face. Or something probably a little stronger than the hairdryer. Okay, now Ryan is back in the hut, or the house thing, and he said,
There's gotta be a better way.
so we've really set up our problem in the first half of not having any sugar left in the world, and now we're looking for a solution. And so he gets to work. Notice, calm. Anticipation. You know, there's two lights here. There's one that's like in between Ryan's legs. Also the one under the water or in the water. It must be like RGB light. Okay, anticipation's building. And then we have a little pause for the one drop. Notice how he went to put in a lot of sugar, but then ended up putting in a little bit. That's a hint at the USP for the product that's coming up later. And after that little moment of calm with the drop of sugar, we've got energy.
Maybe that'll wake him up.
And just like that, it was all a dream. I called it. Although I did script this video, so that doesn't really count. Cholula!
Maybe that'll wake him up.
Damn, the published press are getting some good coverage in this. Okay, so this shot where we're close up on the cup of tea shaking, this would have been a tracking shot. So on like some sort of rail system or on a dolly or something, probably a rail system. The sit-down dollies are bigger like setups. And you literally just have a platform on two rails, camera on ahead, and then you just pull back and pan and tilt up. Pans left to right, tilts up and down. And then that's roll. And you need to shift focus as well, so you need someone to pull the focus. That's the focus motor there to pull the focus, but this is the controller for it, but no one seems to be on it, which is weird.
Fortunately, no reports of significant damage, but there were and still are concerns of aftershock.
Yo, Ryan, wake up, baby. You gotta try this new
Ooh, air rack. He's getting a lot of heat from his audience, so I don't know, I don't really want to like dive in on that, but there is a lot of stuff to talk about there. So,
Andy, call me back.
If you could say one thing to Ryan right now, what would it be?
Good morning, sleepyhead.
anyway, I like the way these two shots are filmed. Notice how both of them are from Ryan's perspective. He's looking at Arak out the window. He's looking at Mr. Beast from the window. The little wipe of the mouth is good. We're keeping that sugary message going. Anticipation. Calm.
We're not even driving. That guy's really gone off the deep end.
You see that delay when Samir goes, we're not even ... driving.
We're not even driving.
YouTubers who don't act don't usually like do those little nuances. Amateur actors, you just kind of just say the line. We're not even driving, you know. But in real life, you have pauses and you're thinking about words or because you're saying it live, you know. We're not even driving. It's funny, like the characters they've got here, like it's got that Wayne's World vibe. I don't know if you've seen Wayne's World. You know, with the two like rockers in the 80s. I'm always checking to see if they're nodding in time because that way you can tell if the music was chosen after. You know when people are dancing in a film and like obviously there's no music playing at all so they can record the audio properly.
Up there, we can't have the music playing at the same time.
Most of the time, everyone's dancing out of time because you don't know what song's going to be played and everything's obviously a different BPM, beats per minute, a different speed, essentially. Oh. Credit to the filmmakers here for giving the car a good push when Ryan hits the bonnet. Those little details really do trigger things in the brain. You can see it with the smelly thing that's hanging from the mirror. It's still, Ryan bangs his head, and then it's not. Someone will just be at the back of the car giving it a good push. That setup that Ryan's got there, where it's like the camera is kind of like attached to him and he's moving like this. For that kind of setup, you have to have like a huge like rig system like strapped around you. The bigger the camera, the bigger the system. I once did it with a GoPro and it was really light, but this looks cinema quality, so I imagine it was quite a setup that. It looks kind of funny when you do it. Do it for the film. I'm standing in a sandpit in my studio. So.
Is that Trahan? Lay off the sugar, bro!
Mark actually wasn't there for those shots. I've had a look through, and if you go through frame by frame, you can see where the cut is in the two shots. To do that, you want to make sure your shutter speed isn't too fast so that the frames are blurry. And you also want to make sure you move the camera quickly to get them extra blurry. You also want to make sure you're shooting both scenes at the same sort of focal length, and also the backgrounds make sense as the way you just came from. So it doesn't like trigger anything in your brain that like something doesn't match, you know? And they've done that well here, you know, they've got the right angle with the houses and stuff. I also really like how they cut off Mark, so it's like, lay off the sugar, bro.
Lay off the sugar, bro!
Stuff like that will really help blend the scene together and make it feel more natural, you know? Okay, so here we've got what I assume is a lot of extras. Okay, so they did have some extras here, but they also just asked people from the street, like if they want to be in something for a bit. That's amazing they managed to get so many people to hang around for that long if they weren't like paid to be there. I would be panicking. I'd be like rushing. They must have done it quickly. Probably like an hour. Quick shooting.
Ryan, don't do it.
Everybody calm down.
Okay, so here, because of Ryan's dream, he knows something that everyone else doesn't know. Again, there's this like, anticipation and drama, and then a release when he tells them.
It has a reasonable amount of sugar.
Thank God. How are you gonna tell the world?
How are you gonna tell the world? I couldn't resist, sorry. And everyone's relieved. I really like the closing of the box thing. I don't know why, that's just cool. With the phone coming up and the music.
Hey guys, yeah, so this is me launching my new candy brand.
And then we're finally at the product, the purpose of the film. And we're back to our like casual Ryan, the Ryan that we know. We're out of the cinematic world now. And he can just casually sell the product and be like, you know, hey guys, Fired Up is a really good 3 to 4 week program, experience, course, or whatever, where you can learn more about unique storytelling and looking inwards to try and stand out in this crazy world of online video. It's good, the product's in a really good place and I'm really, really pleased with it. The next cohort I think starts on the 4th. So if you want to get in on that, jump in. The water's warm. I'm in a weird mood today. I think overall this film is a really cool thing to see on YouTube. So the blending of like these two YouTube worlds. That's something new that only those two channels can make. And that's cool to see for everyone else, you know? Producing new and unique stuff is the point of what we're supposed to be doing here on YouTube. That is the thing. And that is what we are all capable of doing. And that, you know, that's what I strive for in every video. Something that you can only get if you come to my channel. Oh, and also, if you want to check out the behind the scenes of this video, there is a podcast that's on Spotify, Apple, and I think Google, but I need to check. There's a link below. But yeah, it's like a behind the scenes. I talk about how I made it, blah, blah, blah. Bye.